Hi, welcome back to another episode of Your Money Mindset, guiding you to achieve lasting financial freedom and peace of mind. I want to jump right into this, and I've been really thinking about the bigger picture in terms of what's going on in this financial landscape as millions of people are suffering from financial anxiety, financial stress, and financial pain, and they just can't simply get off what I call living on Pain Island. They're on that treadmill, that rat race, just barely keeping their heads alive, and it's really affecting people in a much bigger way than most people even realize. And really no one is talking about this problem. So let me just talk about the statistics to begin with. When I started Thrive Path and I left the financial corporate world and came up with this revolutionary solution for people's financial needs, that was about 6 or 7 years ago. And at the time, 73% of the population, and I used to think this was just the US. Now, having traveled the world, Europe and Asia, I will tell you, it's the same anywhere. Back then, 73% of people were living paycheck to paycheck. Fast forward to today, it's 78%. 78% of the population, that's over 3/4 of the population worldwide, is living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, think about that. That's just a mind-blowing number, and it's not their fault. I'll get into that in a minute. Also, when you consider that 64%, roughly 64% of the population could not come up with $400 for an emergency expense, that's staggering. And when you consider how much information is available to people, telling them what to do and what not to do with their money, whether it's podcasts, YouTube videos, books, just Google the subject. I mean, there's just a plethora of information, most of which is for free, explaining specifically what people need to do with their money, yet people aren't doing it. You know, it's no different than health and fitness, right? We all know we need to eat better, we need to exercise more, and yet a significant percentage of the population is obese. So this isn't an information issue because we've got all the information we need. What it really is a behavioral issue. And the only way to change your behaviors around money and diet and anything else that you're trying to change in your life is in the mind. You've got to change your mind at the core of your mental programming, and that's what my process Thrive Path does. And we'll get into that more. And we're going to be offering online courses, and so that'll be launching very soon. But I want to talk about what this is doing to society. It's a much bigger problem than just battling with creditors, not being able to pay your bills on time, struggling to make rent. It's a much bigger problem than that. Look, any research study you see, anyone will tell you that money is the number one cause of stress in people's lives. It's money. That's the number one driver of stress and anxiety. And stress is the number one cause of our most deadly diseases and health ailments. It's amazing. Stress, actually 75% of physician office visits are stress related. Now, when I saw that, I didn't believe it at first, but when I dug deep, it's true. 75% of the reason people see a doctor is because of stress. Stress causes heart ailments, lung ailments, cirrhosis, suicide, insomnia, high blood pressure, irritability, anxiousness. Stress is a huge cause of our health problems. Sometimes I think I'm in the health industry, not the financial industry. I mean, just take insomnia by itself. Every night you lose sleep, you actually drop IQ points. And think of what insomnia does to your entire life. And when you're dealing with financial stress, financial stress is a lot different than normal stress that we encounter every day, whether we're fighting traffic or going to that job interview or even that first date, right? That stress comes and goes, and our body was designed to handle that kind of stress. But with money, it's different. It's prolonged stress. It never leaves us. We're dealing with it 24/7. And again, it's forcing us to lose sleep about it. And just think about what that's doing to your body. Our bodies, by the way, were not designed for prolonged stress. And it's basically a killer at cellular level. So if money's the number one cause of stress, and stress is the number one cause of all these health ailments and diseases, there is a direct correlation between the two. And it's not being addressed. The way it's being addressed is more books and DVDs and all this stuff telling you what to do, what not to do with your money. Again, it's not an information issue. And if information was all we needed to change our lives and transform ourselves into who we want to be, if all we needed was information, we'd all be rich, skinny, and happy, right? Like I said earlier, this isn't an information issue, it's a behavioral issue. And here's the problem, here's the perfect storm. The school system has purposely ignored this topic. In my opinion, in my personal opinion, the government controls the academic what gets taught, and the government doesn't want a financially savvy population because a financially savvy population cannot be ruled. So the school systems, in my mind, have purposely ignored this subject, and it's just mind-boggling to me when you consider money. Money is interwoven in all aspects of our life, whether you like it or not. It is, and you can't survive without money. It's almost as important as food, water, and air, right? Money is in that top 5 of must-haves. Otherwise, you cannot survive. And money can be the root cause of so much joy, freedom, fulfillment, and abundance, and peace. Yet in most cases, with most people, the 78% of people who are living paycheck to paycheck, it's the root cause of pain, anguish, suffering, stress, and anxiety. And it's ignored in our school system. People are basically sent off into the world on their own to figure things out by themselves. I mean, I can remember going on my second day on college campus, I went to the Student Center, and I was greeted by several very attractive booths just enticing me to approach, and they were credit card companies that couldn't wait to give me free money. And if I signed up then, I got a free t-shirt. It was like I just won the lottery. I mean, it's just scary to me that this is happening, still happening today. I mean, you can't walk through an airport without being approached for a credit card offer. The second thing, the second phenomenon that's happening is this financial industry where I came from. The financial industry is not interested in working with the 78% of people that are living paycheck to paycheck. They are laser focused on finding the small percentage of people that have a lot of money, and all they want to do is manage their money or sell them a financial product. And I'll tell you, the people I'm talking to, those 78%, don't need a financial product. That's the last thing they need right now. And then lastly, you have social media. Social media basically is running our lives and has essentially hypnotized people into believing they need to be, look, and act differently than who they are. And so it forces them to spend needless money, money they don't have, on things they can't afford or need, simply to impress other people. So basically, you have this perfect storm, and I've always said that people, because of this, people have been programmed to fail financially, and they don't even know it. And it's not their fault. And now, things are so different now, because years ago, you could essentially fake it. Go to work for 30 years, take home a salary, and you get a pension for life. That's not the case anymore. We're seeing fewer and fewer pensions being offered, and even those pensions that were guaranteed, we're seeing those challenged in court, and many people are seeing their guaranteed pensions whittled away, or those benefits cut. And now, with these pensions that are so underfunded now, I think this is the powder keg that's sitting out there in our environment. Again, no one's talking about. And as these pensions become even more underfunded, it's going to be even harder for these pension funds to honor their commitment of making these payments. They're going to have to either make cuts, or they're going to have to significantly raise taxes on everyone in order to cover the shortfall. And because of this pension issue, and existing companies still have their pensions, but they're not giving them to the new workers, and new companies are certainly not offering new pensions. They're offering 401k or workplace retirement plans that are funded primarily by the employee. So essentially what I'm trying to say is, now employees are responsible for their own retirement. They're on their own to fund their future retirement. And it's getting harder and harder to do. So I'll leave it at that, and I just wanted to plant this seed, how serious this is and how important you must take this in your life for you and your family. You've got to get involved, you've got to get proactive, and you've got to get up get your learning up so you understand what's going on, and start planning and really start understanding how much money you're spending, how much money is going out the window needlessly. It's just so critical. The last thing I'll say is, look, I've got a lot of free resources on my website that you can use and download and implement in your life immediately. And I will tell you, it is never too late to start your journey to financial freedom and peace of mind. And your financial destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice, and it's your choice, and it's not something to be waited for. It's really something for you to go out and get, and I know you can do it. So with that, don't forget to hit subscribe so you'll be alerted of future videos that I'll be doing, and I'd love to hear your comments, and it'll really help me form and create and find out what content is in demand out there. So with that, here's to an amazing future, upward and onward. I'm John MacGregor, and we'll see you next time. Take care.